the king.
But I will be queen.
Oh, yeah. And comes another, younger, more beautiful, to cast you down and take all you hold dear.
As soon as they see the stones in his eyes, they'll set to work on tearing us apart.
Westeros needs to be saved from itself.
I did not take up residence in this pyramid so I could watch the city below decline into chaos. Angry snakes lash out. Makes chopping off their heads that much easier.
How many brothers can say that they've killed a White Walker and a Them? We're the first in history.
All I ever wanted was to fight for a lord I believed in. The good lords are dead and the rest are monsters.
Politics is the art of compromise, Your Grace.
I'm not a politician. I'm a queen.
You're the queen. Dragon queen? No dragons. It's not a queen.
Isn't their survival more important than your pride?
Pride. My pride. This isn't about that.
The freedom to make my own mistakes was all I ever wanted.
Who shot him?
Jon Snow.
Yeah, but is he going to get reprimanded for that now?
I don't know. That was a badass move. I'm not gonna lie. That was a badass move.
I mean, he ended his pain and misery for the burning.
Yeah.
Which that's immensely respected.
It's just he didn't want to cry out in front of his people, and he has to force himself not to do that. And Jon Snow just coming in and just ending it right there is such a power move. Holy sh! Jon Snow's a badass. What the Night's Watch wanted, what the King Stannis of the Seven Kingdoms wanted, he's like, that. How about what I want? Mm-hmm. That was amazing. That was the best. Like that was so powerful.
Jon Snow continuously proves that he has many leadership qualities.
Yeah, he's a natural leader, and he's gonna lead these people. Yeah. I have no doubt in my mind that Jon Snow is gonna be the leader of the Night's Watch, just by his and dealing we have this whole situation where we have wildlings on the border and all this stuff. People don't want the wildlings coming in and to deal with the wildlings, and Stannis wants the wildlings. The Night's Watch don't want the wildlings anywhere near them, and that weird dichotomy. And then Jon kind of siding with the wildlings, but he's a brother of the Night's Watch. But I really think they have to conjoin forces, Night's Watch, Stannis, and wildlings, to fight what Stannis wants, which is to just uproot Roose Bolton, which is in line with what Jon wants personally. Mm-hmm. And I think if you play it right, Jon could get both things: keep Stannis' army, keep the wildlings, keep the Night's Watch, and defend the wall against the White Walkers coming, with all three of those things. So if he can find a way to sway Stannis, and he got what he wanted with killing the King Beyond the Wall. The King Beyond the Wall got what he wanted by keeping his tribes together, all of his life's work together, instead of bending the knee and then breaking apart because they're like, he bent the knee, he gave us up, he sold us out. He realized he needed to die for his people to survive, because together they're strong, divided they're going to.
Yeah.
So he realized, I have to die here and Jon Snow knows it's wrong. Jon Snow knows he wants Mance to be around to lead the wildlings. Mm-hmm. And now there's no one around to lead the wildlings, but they have, at least for a little while, they have Mance's death to keep them together. And we'll see what happens, but it's very interesting. That episode went by fast.
It was one hell of an episode to even open the next season with.
Yeah. Wow. I was so sucked in. I hope I reacted a little bit in there.
Daenerys with those dragons, I feel she locked them up for quite some time, the way they had switched.
Yeah.
I mean, she did leave on very bad terms. She was reprimanding them, and then she locked them away, and then she hasn't seen them, and then she opens the door, and the first thing they do is they yell and they blow fire at her. So we just gotta do a little bit more. Getting over locations and cities and freeing things, but you got dragons.
There is a correction that needs to happen on her end. I think she's pushed too far into the weird double thing going on with her. On one part, she wants to do justice for the slaves, and on the other part, she has to do right by the masters, because they're still people, and the more you push them, the more they're going to rebel against you. So you have to incorporate them somehow into your society. You can't just kill them all. You can't just because it's just going to devolve, break down. There has to be And ruling isn't just about justice and punishing your
No.
enemies. It's about mercy and forgiving and allowing things to take their own course with your people. It is not the final say of you all the time. It's about what your people's grievances are. And yeah, there's a lot there. And we get Tyrion, and Tyrion has a lot of
I think he's going through a lot of turmoil, mental and emotional turmoil.
yeah, he just wants to be buried in a bottle and kind of just forget about all of the things he worked for this whole time and getting to be.
Varys isn't gonna let him do that. I think Varys deep down believes.
I don't know if Varys can control what Tyrion wants, but I think he can direct him like he's trying to direct him towards Daenerys, and so he can help Daenerys fight their enemies in the Seven Kingdoms. And another thing I was thinking of is when we were watching Tyrion and Varys talk, he was talking about the fact that this world is so comfortable with horror that we've forgotten there's anything else, which is kind of what I was saying with season 2 and going into season 3 about like how the wildlings are kind of like own, like how the wildlings have their own way of doing things. They don't have a king. They have someone they follow, but it's not a king. It's not someone who directs them. They follow him for as long as he's leading them. And so I think one of the thread points through this is the Game of Thrones, is the Seven Kingdoms, kings, queens, the right way for this to go going forwards? Or is it more of not a queen, but someone to follow? And we only follow them as long as they're doing right by us. And that exists in like the normal Game of Thrones, but there's so much turmoil in that. There's so much suffering to change power, right? And I think because so many people want power and they're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
There's so much turmoil and there's so many people vying, and it hurts everyone. Like all of the people, the lords, honorable, decent people cannot survive in this world.
No. You have to
And
play the game.
I think that's where Varys is coming from, where he thinks that honest people, good people, should be able to live in this world.
Yeah.
And be safe from the maniacal machinations of like random lords and ladies who just treat them as pawns to get to power and then don't do anything for them. Like they fight in armies for them and they die for them and their families suffer. But for what? What is the point? If you're not going to live in a world that's good at the end of the day, that treats everyone kind of on the same foot, where good people are just shoved down to the bottom, what's the point? So I think that has a lot to do with it, and that's like a thread point in this, and a kind of like changing of the way of things, where a lot of people behind the scenes are like, we should not do the Game of Thrones anymore. Yeah, and so that was a good intro, a good setup of what's going on the wall, back with Daenerys, and then the intro scene with Cersei going to the witch, and her, like, all the things the witch told her turned out to be true. Yeah. And I kind of knew just by the way that girl was talking that it was Cersei, because you don't need to worry about my father. Everyone was terrified of Tywin, even children, random children that don't have anything to do with, that are just around fear him, which is crazy. But I think that's all we're going to do for today. And give us your comments, your thoughts, feelings. You can subscribe if you're enjoying the videos and content. I've been watching some stuff, videos about YouTube and how YouTube functions and works. And I might have some ideas coming soon about how I'm going to do Patreon going forwards and how I interact with YouTube, because I'm kind of discovering that YouTube is, I almost need to go more niche. My bonus videos, the video you're watching now that's going to be split into a separate video, those videos are killing my channel because YouTube is lumping my my total content in with my reaction content, which does a lot better. But then they look at my breakdown content and it only gives a tenth the amount of views sometimes to a fifth, like half sometimes. And they look at the breakdowns as these are terrible videos that you're making. No one's watching them. And so maybe in the future, because there is a public option on Patreon and there's a member option, a free member. So if you're a free member, you can watch the videos. And so I might in the future upload the breakdowns to Patreon and just have them be completely free and not upload them to YouTube and do it that way where I put those breakdowns like that. Because anything where YouTube senses that you're making content that isn't worth it, they kill videos. And so, and there's also like a kind of way that YouTube does its. So I put out the breakdown after. Obviously, it's a after video. So YouTube looks at the first reaction and they're pushing that video. They're like, "Ooh, new video, new video," and they push that, right? And people are watching it and getting it. And then I release a breakdown right after, and YouTube's, "Oh, fuck that video, new video, new video." And then YouTube's looking at the breakdown. It's not getting a lot of views. So they already killed the reaction video. And now they're looking at the breakdown for, oh, this is the new hotness going out. And then as soon as no one watches that, it kills it off. So I'm killing off the reaction and the breakdown at the same time. I'm literally shooting myself like in the foot by doing what I do. And so it's going to be annoying to have people go to Patreon to watch the breakdown, but I don't see any other options going forwards for me to do what I want to do with the channel and for YouTube not to kill me for it. YouTube wants a certain thing. They want make as much money as possible, reach as many of your subscribers as possible. And then once you've reached your subscribers, we'll give it out to more people beyond your subscribers. And I don't even reach all my subscribers with my videos. So I'm kind of in a neutral point. You understand what I'm saying? I am destined to fail if I continue on the way I am and do not change and adapt. So we're gonna take a hard look at that and see. And I'm never gonna charge for those things, right? But it's gonna be harder to convert people to go to Patreon to watch them. If I put on free members are like, I can set my posts to public, that anyone can see them no matter what. I can set them to free members, which they sign up to Patreon. They have to be a Patreon person, and then all they have to do is click subscribe to watch. Like if you had to click subscribe on YouTube to watch your stuff, it's kind of the same. So I'm thinking about doing it that way, and hopefully I can figure out a good way to do it that fits with my audience who wants to watch these things. And I know I'm probably going to suffer from people being upset by that and not understanding why I wouldn't just put it on the platform they're on, but it just doesn't make sense to me to continue to do it that way. Just make this channel a complete reaction only channel, because that is the only way YouTube will accept it, right? YouTube does not want
It's
me.
so unfortunate that they don't want you to be creative and use your creative abilities.
The only thing they care
It's
about
so-
is reach. If it reaches all of your subscribers, they push it further past. If it doesn't, they kill it. They want money. They
Yes.
want people engaged. If my subscribers, they go to subscribers first, and they're like, if your subscribers aren't engaging with this a certain amount, then they're like, nah, this is not good. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing for us. And so YouTube is YouTube. They change their algorithm all the time.
I'm gonna start practicing being Daenerys dragon and just start blowing flames at them.
Yeah. Well, they changed
That's
their algorithm. And I watch a lot of other reactors who have commented on this thing, that there's a specific guy who did his whole channel. He has 300,000 subscribers, right? And he's done years of content. He started off with doing gaming back in like 2011, and he slowly adapted and gained a lot of subscribers over the time to, he's worked hard for years and years, But now YouTube's changed the algorithm, so he can't post all of his content on one channel because his subscriber base is so fragmented of different genres and different people who like different things that posting one video kills all his other videos.
Oh God. That's ridiculous.
It's such a terrible. I understand it works for them because for YouTube side they push a video, your video, and then say you do something completely different. They send it out to all your subscribers. You did something completely new, and your subscribers, they just don't give a shit. They don't care about what you they're not really invested in you, they're invested in what you're doing. And so the video, what YouTube hates is when someone watches your video and then closes YouTube. They're like you're driving users away from YouTube. What are you doing? And
how dare you do what you want to do?
Yeah, that's one major thing that YouTube hates so much is when they're done watching your video or they watch your video a little bit and then close the app. YouTube sees that as you're a liability. Like people are hating your videos so much that they're leaving you. And so, yeah, there's a lot of like juggling of that concept. And so I think the best way to go about it is to give a platform to me, which is Patreon, which is the superior platform. YouTube is garbage. To give my content a place for you guys to watch it, which is always and always will be Patreon. And to be honest, I see YouTube dying in the next 10 to 15 years. Is going to shrivel up and die because the over reliance and overabundance of maximizing engagement and with shorts and things that people are hooked on and clicked on, they're killing long form content. They're destroying their algorithm in terms of creating creative content through creators. Creators have to make 17 different YouTube channels and then somehow figure out how to upload 17 videos to those YouTube channels every single time they want to make a video to grow an audience that is shrinking. By doing that, you're shrinking the audience format. There's less people coming into a single channel, so you have to open up to different avenues and kind of hope and pray that people are going to be driven into from other avenues.
It's like you're fitting in this cookie cutter.
And I get it. You don't want to watch things you don't want to watch. And that makes a lot of sense. But it's killing the creator ecosystem to be able to feel like I can make a decision about where I want to go, because that's not true. You don't have a decision. YouTube has the decision over you. So I see YouTube dying. I see Patreon kind of rising up. I see a pay per view type of system working more than an advertising system. People already hate ads, and YouTube kind of just like tries to override people's ad blockers. Content creators don't get paid. Content creators make less and less engaging material because they can't take risk. They have to, and it's, if you're a low content creator, you can't hire 8 editors to do 17 different channels on different topics that you want to do. It just doesn't work. So the ecosystem is going to shrivel up and dry up as more content creators leave the system and less content creators can get to the top. So it's a self-destructive thing they're on. And I know like all companies just want to push for, we need every year on year has to go up in profit or the whole thing collapses, which is a terrible system to begin with. But yeah, I'm going to stop ranting now because that's kind of where we're at, and that's kind of what I believe. So we're going to end it there, and I thank you
for watching
Immersive Reactions. Welcome.
Hello.
Immersive Reactions.
Hello, lords and ladies.
And today I am trying to figure out this setup.
We're doing it together, folks.
The last time we had, which was huge.
Oh yeah.
I think every season is just going to be like this groundbreaking going forwards. Just losing characters this huge every time, I would assume. And we get later on
Snow being super badass at the end.
Yep. Jon Snow killing Mance. You didn't have to suffer, and Stannis is at the wall kind of dictating everything. And yeah, we kind of get...
Oh, and we can't forget Daenerys and her dragons.
Yeah, Daenerys went to see her dragons. They did not like her.
No.
You locked them away.
I do wonder, I'm sure you guys know, how long did she lock her dragons away? Because from what I saw, it was quite some time.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't... That's a thing in the show that I don't get, is the time scales.
Yes.
Like how long has stuff, like especially in between seasons and stuff, like how long has it been? Like I don't know. I really don't know.
I know, like, how they mentioned earlier in season 1 and 2, summers last years and years and years, and
Yeah.
winters, but days or months, how long do they?
Sorry.
That's another part.
Yeah. I don't really know. What is the name of this episode? The House of Black and White. I have no idea what that means.
Black and white.
The House of Black and White. I couldn't even possibly understand what that is.
Well, the show isn't black and white. There's a whole lot of gray and everything.
But it's the House of Black.
Yeah.
I don't know what that could mean, to be honest.
Well, we're
Yeah.
about to figure that out, that's for sure.
We are definitely going to figure that out. We'll figure it out. We're going to jump right in. We're going to get right crack into it.
Crack-a-lackin'.
And you watch along, people.
Drum roll, please.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. It helps us get recognition on our videos, and we'll react to more in the future. Thank you.